Well, first of all, I'm blown away that my story even took off. Second of all, I'm blown away that Anton Daniels picked it up and put it on his platform. And what surprised me more than anything, and it really kind of brought some awareness to me, um, how many men have actually gone through the same thing I have. Now, my choice of words might have been emotional in the moment. I probably should not have used the B word. But honestly, fuck them bitches.
Jesus Christ.
Because the bitches that I'm talking about know who they are. The ones that destroy good men and you know what you're doing. You need to take accountability. The rare ones that I also talked about, I don't put y'all in that category. You know who you are. Maintain your sweetness.
What's going on, YouTube? It's your boy Ron back with another video. If you're new to the platform, welcome to the tribe. By the end of this video, I hope you subscribe. So, there's a brother on TikTok that is getting a lot of pushback for basically what you've seen in the intro. Um, I actually came across his videos before I even noticed that Anton Daniels had reacted to it. Um, and as I was going through his videos of seeing women going back and forth with him, I noticed that he had made a video giving a shout out to Anton for reacting to it. Because I definitely wanted to address this when I first came across it, but I thought, I might hold off on it. But once I saw Anton react to it, I was kind of like, all right, okay, this might be more than worth the more than worth reacting to, especially when I started going down the rabbit hole and seeing all the other videos he started making to follow up. So we're going to go over those as well as the initial video that was reacted to. So without further ado, let's go ahead and jump into it.
Let him cook.
Yep, I'm him. I'm the dude. I was the provider. I was the family man. I was the one that took care of the kids, even her kids.
Fuck them kids. Fuck the kids?
Yeah. Okay. When I didn't have any of my own children. Okay. I held the house down, took care of her in a health crisis. She had full-blown epilepsy, and I made sure that she didn't seize out and die many times. Saved her life, right? Middle of a health crisis. She didn't have to work for 4 years out of our relationship, out of 11 years. Didn't have to work. Whole time she was pregnant, didn't have to work. Didn't have a care in the world when it came to bills, when it came to taking care of her children, when it came to just little extra things. You know, I couldn't afford luxurious things, but I did have enough money to afford some extras here and there. I tried my best, did everything I could. Only in the end to be discarded like trash. And 8 years in, she has a relationship with a whole man behind my back. But then when I find out about it and I call her out for disrespect, she tells me she did it because I would not abandon my kids.
This is filthy work.
To be discarded because I was a good man. And then you want to act like she's such a good person. No accountability. Acts like it's okay to wish death on you. Acts like it's okay to curse your children and tell you that because you did not abandon your kids, that makes you less of a man. And it makes it that you couldn't keep a family together when that's the reason you left or didn't come back, because you got put out for being disrespectful. But then I thought, it would probably be better to raise my son with his mother than to raise him apart. So I said, you know what? Maybe we can find a way to reconcile this. But then, because I would not abandon my kids, you decide it's not worth it, or you decide, you're gonna discard them like trash. But it's okay, because you know what? The whole point of this is to bring awareness to my son and the young kings, and let you guys know it's not worth it. I mean, I heard a saying a long time ago that smart men don't get married. Okay, just keep it pushing. It's not worth it. Not in today's society, not in today's world. Okay? Not saying that there aren't rare people out there. Rare people who value love, value relationships, and value communication. They actually value family. There are people, they're rare. And if you find them, you hold on to them, you don't let them go. Okay? Because to be done and to be treated the way I was treated, for being a good man, being the provider, I had my insecurities when it came to dating women with children anyway. But I got over that because I felt like, you know what? Every woman deserves a chance. And I'm the product of a single mother. Okay? My father was there, but my dad died when I was young. So it's like my mom raised us pretty much by herself. And, I turned out pretty good. But that's funny because, leave it up to, the woman that discarded me after she has my son. Adds to the problems of the generational curse that young black men have to this day anyway. But I've got to teach my son how to never go through that shit. And honestly, I don't know, man. Like, it's crazy because I have never been disrespected by a woman of another race. It seems like the women in my race, my own people, disrespect me more than anything. And that is the sad reality of it. I'm not saying that it's all of them, but every black woman I've ever been with in my life is disrespectful as fuck. And that is the truth. And that is the truth. And I have the receipts. Just don't be faithful. Don't provide. Don't give these bitches shit, kings.
So not only was he a provider, this man was providing for a single mom on top of that. So you took on the responsibility of her kids financially as well as having your own with her. I can only imagine, bro. He got to be making some decent amount of money to be able to handle all that. But what I will say is this is one of the main reasons why men tell other men that are childless to not get involved with single moms. This is one of the main reasons why. Because for one, if you want to have a child with this person, what he's dealing with is a possibility that you might have to end up facing. And do you really want to take that risk to put yourself possibly be in that situation? Because up until he found out she had a whole relationship behind his back, it seemed like everything was okay. At least he thought it was. So, and he was doing everything that was expected of him. And y'all can't sit over here and say, oh, he hates black women and yada, yada, yada. And this, when he's over here telling you, I'm a product of a single mom. And I tried to provide for a single mom. And I've only dealt with black women, but it seems like no matter what I do, even though I'm doing what I'm supposed to be doing, according to y'all standards, it's still not enough. So that's why when men are over here saying being a provider is a scam, I understand why. Because men are really not incentivized to break that up, especially in a marriage. So it's like, I can kind of understand why. And on top of the fact that I grew up seeing this myself, why 50-50 is such a thing. Because I think if people can leave with what they came in with and split what they built together, if things don't work out, I think that's the best thing for both parties. And I think that's fair. But I don't know. It seems like today's women don't really want to be fair. But let's keep it moving.
Do this since people want to hate on my original post. We're going to go back here. And I'm going to say it again. I'm here and I'm him. I'm the one that provided. I'm the one that protected. I'm the one that simped. I'm the one that was an honest man. I was faithful. I held my family down. I couldn't afford luxury, but I could afford some extras. And I did hold it down for the family. Okay. All to be discarded like trash. 8 years into my relationship, my significant other decides she wants to have a relationship with a whole dude behind my back while she had a family at home. But I was here providing for our kids, providing for her kids that weren't mine, and I wouldn't abandon my own kids, which she required of me to do.
What?
You don't find that suspicious? You don't find that suspicious?
But I wouldn't do it. I stood 10 toes down and said, I'm not going to abandon my kids. So, because I would not abandon my kids, she decided it was okay to go out and have a whole relationship with a whole nother man behind my back. When I was the one paying the bills in the house, she didn't have to work when she was pregnant. She didn't have to work for at least 5 years out of our relationship. And she had all the money. She could use all her money when she did work. She used all her money to go enjoy life. And then when she was broke, who do you think was still providing the extras for her? Me. Okay. So I'm still going to stand 10 toes down on this. But whoever erased my original post, what's crazy about that is that when someone gets on here and they're just trying to put their pain out there and make it, make young kings aware of what's going on and how not to provide, and let them know, look, providing for these women out here who ain't gonna do for themselves, don't do it. Keep to yourself. Keep your money to yourself. Don't provide for them. If they got kids, don't develop a relationship with them, because the first thing that they're going to do when they're discarding you like trash is they're going to dissolve the relationship between you and the kids. So you might as well keep all that energy to yourself and don't let anyone change your integrity, okay? Because that was one thing she tried to do, was turn me into a piece of shit and make me abandon my kids. And because I didn't abandon my kids, she decided to put infidelity on the table. Like it's okay for her to go out, disrespect our relationship, and go and have a relationship with a whole nother man just because I wouldn't abandon my children. I never cheated. I was never unfaithful. And there's not one woman out there that can attest for it. And all you haters out there that want to get angry at me because I said this, I said, I've never been disrespected by any other race but my own. Not saying they're all like that, but it was only my people, my women, black women, that disrespected me. Okay? That's the truth. And that's what we're standing on. Do with it what you will, but that's the truth of it. I've never been disrespected by any woman of any other race. You can't take that experience away from me. And you can't hate on me because I'm out here bearing my pain and trying to make my son and other young kings aware. Don't give them nothing. Don't provide. Don't protect. Don't be faithful. Give them nothing.
I'm sorry, but in her requiring to abandon your kids, that gotta be some of the most disgusting shit ever. And I'm sorry, ladies, but it's too many women out here complaining about men not trying to keep families together or not being there for their kids for us to hear a story like this. There's too many of y'all complaining for us to even ever have to hear a story like this. I think that man would have been there for his children, regardless. But I think the situation is, to be honest with you, I think it has more to do with the fact that maybe the guy that she is cheating on this man with, or was cheating on him with, probably can't provide what he provides financially, more than likely. And I say this all the time. A lot of women that move like this, they're double D clutching. Because you got to imagine, I would imagine that guy is probably working a lot. So he probably doesn't have a lot of time to give her the kind of attention that she wants. So she's probably getting the attention that she wants from the other guy. I don't know. That's just a theory of mine, but I don't know. Y'all might think otherwise, but anyway, he has some more videos because people kept reacting to him. So let's get to it.
See, you don't know anything about me or my story, but you can always reach out and ask. I'm a man of truth, and I always tell the truth. I don't got time for anything else. And sometimes people, to put it into perspective, sometimes people don't show their true selves the first year you meet them. Sometimes it takes a couple years. So you're right about one thing. I should have chose better, but I didn't. And I had a child with her. So, it's one thing. I wasn't going to abandon my kid. And I'm not going to abandon my kids when someone asks me to do it, just like I wouldn't leave or abandon my child. And there's nothing or any amount of disrespect you can do to me to make me hate you enough to make me abandon my child, which I think that's what she was trying to do to me too, make me hate her enough so I would just leave. But I didn't do that either. I stuck around. I was a real man. Don't be so insensitive, Men go through shit too.
Let him cook.
Hey, I want to start this out by saying shout out to Anton Daniels, man. You picked my story up yesterday, and it's starting to bring awareness to a lot of young men out there. They've been hitting me up on TikTok, and hey, man, I appreciate you, bro, for even paying attention. But here, look, man, this is the word of the day: context. It's kind of funny how many of you guys, and I'm going to say women in general, how many of you women decided to come into my contacts after my original post and just, man, y'all cut me up. I'm the problem. I probably deserved it. But if you guys really knew and had the context of the full story, and if it was any of your fathers, your brothers, or any of your sons came to you to tell you my story and exactly how it played out, or if you were there to see it. Honestly, if my mother and my sister told you their part of it, maybe you would understand it. Maybe it would start to manifest itself inside you that there are actually men, good men, who go through it every day. And we don't have to do anything wrong. We can do everything perfect. The thing that our mothers taught us how to do. By the way, I did mention in my video, I was raised by a single mother. So I had more patience than the average dude. Okay. I wasn't raised to be a dog. I wasn't raised to be unattentive. I was raised to communicate. I was raised to be a good man by my mother and my father and my grandmother and my grandfather. So it's like I had a village of people to teach me how to be a good man. But it's funny because those same values of being a good person I brought into building my family. And the woman in question, I gave her everything. And I did everything I was supposed to the way my mother taught me to do it. A single mother who was a single mother who decided that she was going to teach her boys how to not be the toxic masculinity you see in the world. But it's funny when I actually go through a traumatic experience and I want to put it out there to try to show people and show young men not to go through this experience. It's funny how many of you women actually just emasculate me, berate me, and throw all these narratives that just aren't true about me. And what's funny is that if you had a child, a boy or a brother or someone, a good man in your family that went through the same thing, you'd be wanting to fight that chick. That's the funny reality to me, is that you will excuse a character flaw of a woman, but let it happen to someone you know. One of your brothers, one of your best friends. Then you want to fight. Can't make this shit up.
Well, I think what's great about him coming out with his story is that not only is it bringing awareness to men about single mothers if you're childless, and all the provider shit, discussions that go on. But it also lets you know that women really don't care about men's struggles, bro. They don't really. They don't. They don't have. I mean, I've been trying to tell guys this for the longest. They don't have that empathy for men in which they desire men to have for them. Like they claim men don't have empathy and sympathy for them, but they don't have it for us. And then they wonder, well, why come men aren't more open with their emotions? And this is a perfect example of why. And he's just and he's bringing awareness to men, and because he's saying something that doesn't work in the favor of women, he's getting all this pushback for it. I keep telling you guys, I'm like 9 times out of 10, bro. If a woman is disagreeing with you, especially when it comes to these conversations, it's typically because your stance on it doesn't benefit her solely. Keyword being solely. Y'all let me know what y'all thought about this. If you're new to the platform, please subscribe. OGs, I appreciate the love and support. Make sure y'all hit that bell notification. That way y'all know what I'm uploading. Hit the like button because it helps with the algorithm and helps me reach a broader audience. Also, look out for the travel vlog channel and the live channel. Links are in the description. Until the next video, y'all. Deuces.